Alrighty, time to jump into another Rogue video, and apparently this is the final memory.
The Royal Palace at Versailles, Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette in residence.
Such decadence.
Good luck,
No.
numbskull.
Not final memory, but final memory
Shay,
chapter.
You certainly look prepared to meet royalty. Perhaps King Louis himself will grant you an audience.
I doubt even these breaches will get me into the king's chambers. Besides, I'm only here to see a business acquaintance.
Yes, I heard a group of merchants would be here today. They might come see my scientific demonstration later.
They really should. They might learn something. Though I wouldn't count on their being present. I take my leave. Thank you again, Master Franklin. Now to find Charles and that damned box.
Train and detective. So we have to get in up there. We can win, right?
That's him. Charles Dorian.
Okay. Doors are now closed. So we're not entering via normal means. Something over here. Oh, there's a door. Or window. Like this again. No, you weren't supposed to jump down, dude. You have to say that, like, continuous commands, like climbing and jumping, never worked out well consistently. Had to have been one of the bigger issues in the game.
Depuis quand y a-t-il Ce soldat n'allait pas se flatter tout seul.
Oui, Madame la Comtesse, il faut croire qu'elle est encore tombée au
This was contested guard. Consistently pacing.
Quelqu'un sait vraiment un chose sur sa surface. Il rêvait que pièce.
Sinon, les Anglais ont un nouveau roi.
Ah bon? Et personne n'a rien fait pour éviter ça.
Just talk to the hairball. What? How did I get defected? That was really odd. Alright, let's try this. Let's see. Not this way though. Okay, so it is group to group to group.
Je ne sais pas, mais je lui offrirai bien une bonne bouteille.
J'ai vu un ours géant l'autre jour.
Ma foi, c'est un animal.
Je me demande quel goût elle a.
So he's an easy one to get past.
Ils vont devoir nous faire au bouillon.
Quelqu'un s'est vraiment acheté un sens élégant, pas vrai?
Il va falloir que j'apprenne l'anglais.
Hmm. We got this. Keep-
Toi, j'ai une question à te poser.
Did you see their faces when we stole those apples?
I'm Arno.
Elise,
I'm here with my father.
so am I. He has important business with the king.
What should we do now?
J'ai vu un ours géant l'autre jour.
Ma foi, c'est un animal.
Je me demande quel goût elle a.
Did you see their faces when we stole those apples?
Les animaux, on peut les traquer. J'admire ton optimisme.
Yes. Right.
Et personne n'a rien fait pour éviter ça. Eh ben, ma foi, c'est moi qui trouve la vertu sur le vice. J'ai de la couleur des joues de sa maîtrise. Faites-vous le fabricant de ce chien.
Gentlemen, I'll protect this artifact with my very life.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. And this is like really rough jumping from group to group. He doesn't blend like super well.
Arno? Where have you gone?
Okay, now we gotta kill him.
My son, Arno? Perhaps you have seen him?
Arno. Oh, I know Arno.
Have you seen a little boy around? I'm looking for my son.
Arno is mentioned in. He's part of.
Where are you?
Which Assassin's Creed is that? To kill him without drawing attention. See, the thing is, I don't know if he's gonna continue moving out of here or he's gonna just stay right here.
Arno? Arno!
I think he's just gonna stay here.
You're the traitor. I'm just finishing old business.
Old Connor and his assassins. The American Revolution undid your Templar business.
Then perhaps we shall start a revolution of our own.
Oh, French Revolution.
Uphold the principles of our
So,
order.
at this point, we're
All
after the
for which
American
we stand.
Revolution.
Never share our secrets, nor divulge the true nature of our work. Do so until death, whatever the cost. This is my new.
They mentioned
creed.
Arno.
I am Shay Patrick Cormac, Templar of the Colonial, of the American right. I am an older man now, and perhaps wiser. A war and a revolution have ended.
French Revolution was
Is about to begin. May the Father of Understanding.
Oh, that is the last of it. Which one is he from? Unity. Okay, he does Assassin's Creed Unity. Okay. So, this kind of segments right at Unity because, well, Unity would happen 15, 20 years later, but Arno, who he was looking for, is your main character. Your main character in Assassin's Creed Unity, which was the small child. When you were headed into that last area, the two small children right there, one of them was Arno, so that's pretty cool.
It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you up here today.
Gotta hand it to you, numbskull. You proved yourself to be more than a simple research monkey.
The data you extracted from Shay Cormac's memories has served us well. Shay's story is a message. One that says that when threatened, what an assassin truly wants isn't freedom, but order.
And we represent the highest order there is.
Whatever you learned from your Animus experience only scratches the surface.
Okay.
We have existed since before recorded human history and have recently been reborn, disguised as Abstergo Industries.
And entertainment.
You have crossed the threshold, and your eyes have been opened.
Okay.
You have seen the world for what it truly is.
There's no turning back now. We got big plans for you.
The Father
really?
of Understanding guided you to us, and for that we are grateful. The test of your true worth begins now. And it begins with a choice.
What's the choice?
Join us, and a bright future will be all yours.
Oh, I get or we get shot. Join us or get shot. You gonna let me choose? Because, I mean, we do learn that, well, and I don't think this Animus has the same structure as the other ones. Because like Desmond Miles, when he's in the Animus, he actually learns the skills along with whoever he's following. And, you know, he can then be able to use he becomes a master assassin, basically, based off anima use. But Animus, this version of the Animus, I don't think has the same capability of relaying those skills back into the individual. So, I mean, it was an interesting thing that they did introduce, with the fact that the Animus could teach skills while you're using it. So, this one is definitely focused on the Templar aspect. All of it. Kind of overlapping with other things. Only a few times have we found that the Animus use was not used, being manipulated by Abstergo at the time. Ooh. But, but like Abstergo manipulating the Animus, people utilizing the Animus for their knowledge and stuff. Because, I mean, that's where you start with Desmond. He's, I think, subject 17. 17 or 18. I forgot which one. I think that's what he is. But he is caught by Abstergo, basically, utilized for their purposes. Then he escapes out, and he's got an infiltrator from Abstergo. So, very little points in the game series do we find a point where we are not being manipulated by Abstergo at some point. I mean, it's not just the games themselves. Also in... I don't know about the books. I know the movie that they did for the Assassin's Creed. It was also an Abstergo manipulated one. In fact, I think it's Origins. It's Origins? Yeah, in Origins, they actually refer to the different types of animuses. And that one, that is... the one used in the movie is actually shown there as well. So it's very interesting, like how they kind of show the Animus and stuff like that. Is there no fast forward option? Or... I've never had to be stuck on a credit screen. Usually like fast forward or skip to them. We'll see what where this goes. Oh, I wasn't expecting that quick of an ending. Expecting much more to go through that memory there. Something I would like to do is go back through all the Assassin's Creeds, starting at the first one with Desmond, and then moving forward. I mean, Mirage and Rogue I wouldn't need to redo since I, kind of doing them. This is the first time I actually played through Rogue, so I did enjoy Rogue. I do have to say it's very enjoyable. It definitely lives up to the Assassin's Creed name. It where it sits and where it was designed and everything, definitely fits in. I mean, we happened in the French and India War right before 3, but I mean, this is put out after 3, but kind of explains several of the things that put 3 the way it was. Why Achilles was alone on his homestead. Why, how the Templars got their place and where they were. Stuff like that. So, I mean, it definitely, played well into a backstory to Assassin's Creed 3, historical wise. And we got to see things from both. I mean, you start on the assassin side and you finish on the Templar side. You get to kind of see things from both sides. How both groups perceive what they're doing. I mean, assassins, theirs is we work in the darkness to serve the light. Whereas, the Templars are more order through control, so I mean, you definitely see differences between the two and the way that they're structured and you go about stuff, so it definitely is well worth the game series. I really enjoy them all. You definitely learn historical information. A lot of different things about history and things that happen in and around the time frames that they are portraying. Even though the characters are, they're made up, they're fictional characters. But I mean, Ben Franklin was an actual character. Washington, actual person. And they put information on them about that, or about different happenings at the time, stuff like that, where you have your database where you can go and research and look at that stuff. I mean, in Mirage, you learn a whole lot about Baghdad back in the I forgot what year it was that Mirage took place, but was covering. And but yeah, I mean, you learn a whole lot about the Baghdad at that time, which is not a time frame that a lot of people, and information that a lot of people know about Baghdad, I would say. But in the same retrospect, you with that knowledge, you learn different. You definitely learn things, and how, even though these fictional characters are interacting with everything occurring, people are, uprisings and other things like that are actual things that happen. And at the end of this one, they were, he says, too bad the American Revolution, toppled the Templar Order. Well, no, it didn't topple. It just took out several leaders. But at the same point, he says, well, I guess we'll start our own revolution. And at that point, he's referencing the French Revolution, which is where unity comes in, because unity occurs during the French Revolution. You actually learn quite a bit about the French Revolution in and of itself and the occurrences at the time. So, like I said, it is a worthwhile series to play in, and I've said it a few times in several different videos. There's two different routes. You can do historical planning and do it via historical positions. Which game happened at which historical point? I mean, the original Assassin's Creed and then Ezio. They were at historical points, but Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla occurred before those points. And in fact, so did Mirage. Those 4 games... Odyssey, yeah, those 4 games occurred before the others, but they, timeline-wise, all 4 of those are in the back, or at the were the more recent ones released. So the previous 4, although they historically time-wise go in the front. And then you had the original Assassin's Creed with Altair, who is at the what is that place? The base there. Then you have Ezio, and after Ezio, they kind of go historically correct timeline-wise. After Ezio, you go into well, no, because Rogue happens. Rogue came out after 3, but 4. So 3 was after Ezio, which is a revolution, but Rogue occurs historically before the revolution. You also have Black Flag, which is time of piracy. I think that's after Revolution. That's after the Revolution. Then you have Unity, and there's one other in there. I forgot which one it is. Syndicate. Unity and Syndicate, which occur, those are also historical points. Accurate. So, I mean, for the most part, they kind of, except for the final 4, which actually historically set the stage for the first one, outside of that, they kind of pretty much, in Rogue before 3. So it's really only those 5 games that I can think of that jump out of historical timeline wise through them all. Or you can do, you start with the first Assassin's Creed and you go forward that way, and that way you're with the present day knowledge of learning of the present day stuff, and the present day stuff in this one was Numbskull, as they called him. So you had Numbskull in the present day performing stuff, and the assassins and whatnot. I swear, it's taking forever. And so the Numbskull story in the present day was, the present day stuff, where you learn Desmond Miles, and you learn about Desmond. Desmond is only through 4 games. Yeah, 4 games. And then you kind of shift between people until you hit Origins. And Origins had the same 2 people, same person for both those games. Origins and Odyssey had the same 2 people, had the same person there, interacting there, and I think maybe in Valhalla, I think it might be the same one as well. Let's see. Just got the staff in Valhalla. Okay, so Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla have the same person in their back. So usually you're not dealing with the same present day person in a lot of these games. A lot of times. There's the 4 there, those 3 there. Bossum is introduced in Valhalla, where he's in Mirage, but we don't see any present day interaction in Mirage, which kind of threw me off a little bit. But I'm sure we're gonna, after Mirage, we'll get something where we do have a present day interaction somehow. And I think the other ones are kind of like this one here, where you had Numbskull. You just added a person who worked for Abstergo, interacting with different things, interacting with your present day person. I know I'm pretty 3 Black Flag. See, I don't remember Syndicate and Unity's present day look right off the top of my head. I know 3 and Black Flag, they were similar to Rogues, where you were in the Abstergo office, putting on a headset, taking off a headset, interacting with the Animus that way. See, in the first 4, it was a bed that, Desmond lay down on. Then you go to this headset piece, and then in the latter ones, you go back to a similar device again. So, and I mean, they do cover all the devices, all the different types of Animuses, including the movie's Animus. There is India, Russia, and China. They're kind of one-off stories. They don't fall into the main storyline pieces. They were one-offs. I didn't like them as much. I tried to play through it. It was flat. It was like playing old school Mario, where you're on a 2D kind of platform, and you go back and forth in the third dimension, but it wasn't like a 3D like these. I think that the budget on those, they were kind of fillers and stuff like that, so they were more one-offs. I do have them. I've tried playing them. It was just more difficult to play them because of the way that they were designed. But I know they've got 2 to 3 more in the works. They got Jade, and I think it's Code Red or Red or something. It's Red something. Something with red in it. Those 2 are, I think they're going to kind of go hand in hand, I think. Because that goes actually to Japan, which will be pretty cool. We haven't seen a good Japan, them do a Japan version, so. And I think there's the third one is VR related, if I remember right. I can't remember what it's supposedly to do, but yeah. So I'll probably start playing through the others. I don't know how well my 360 games Adobe Flash. That's how old this is. Powered by Adobe Flash. Oh, Flash has been dead for years. A few years. That's funny. But I mean, the credits pretty good. The music on the credits is great. 2018. This is remastered. But the original game is 2018, so. And then see at this point, what this will do. This is kind of like just, allowing you to finish off anything remaining. Back in the progress tracker. You can replay any of the sequences. So this is where it says incomplete memory. So we have this, you know, interceptions. You know, so you can redo your assassin interceptions, hunting challenges. You get New York River Valley. You get your areas, your viewpoints, all the kind of little side missions that you could do if you're a 100%er. I'm at 55% sync. I suck. No, I just really didn't do much of the side stuff. I know when I did, like, I've done a lot of them in the past. I've done a lot of the different side stuff. This one you didn't really need to do it. Like, this crafting stuff in the past, you would want to do this in order to make it easier as you went through the other stuff. Like, I didn't have to upgrade the Morgan like 64, 59, and 77%. Like, you didn't have to upgrade the Morgan much at all. The Abstergo challenges, 36 out of 70 complete. You know, this is the database, and this is really it's a 50% C. This is really where you can kind of go in and the different people, like most of these people, Ben Franklin was a real person. I mean, a lot of them, they do create for this. But many of these people are historically, like Haytham Kenway is. But like Haytham was a created character, but some of them were actual people. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, James Cook, Captain James Cook. Very prestigious captain. Became an explorer. Died trying to get around the circumnavigate the world. But some of them were not. Some of them are based off actual people. So. Some of the ships. I mean, you got your landmarks, which are actual places. I really, really like the database. They did a good job with it. These are actual ships that you would find at this time frame. I mean, some of it's fictional and just game data information, but yeah, like I said, I didn't do much on the side with this. I could have done more. I would have extended it out. Originally, I was trying to get this done before Mirage came out, but as you can see, if you look at the timeline wise, I played through Mirage. I didn't quite make it, but I still wanted to finish. So, but yeah, I do have to say it's pretty good. Graphically, decent. Oh yeah, This is where that guy is.
What service can I provide?
Please don't service me. But, yeah, most of his... See, and this is one thing I didn't like, was gathering materials. It was really hard. They didn't, like, set... You weren't picking up materials fairly well. I mean, you definitely got... Like, you're... Like, it was worse than Black Flag on your, Notorious rating and stuff like that. But, yeah. But, thanks for joining me in finishing Rogue. Finishing it off. Like I was explaining the difference in there, I think I might go back. I'm going to start with the first one if I do go back. Either I got to break out my 360 or I can do it on my X, I'm not sure. I'll have to figure out which way I'm going to do them. Because some of them are remastered, I do have remasters and I have a lot of the originals as well, so. But, yeah. Thanks for coming along. Don't forget to do the YouTubes. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. And, as always, we're gamers. Hope you're enjoying gaming. And we'll see you next time.